always look forward to games like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoffs. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll bring it out. And we'll start this game off with the football. And here it comes for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either, Dave.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. Everybody knows what he's capable of, but he's going to be the first guy to touch the football. It's going to revolve around him, and that's a lot to ask of a freshman.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around here recently, a lot of success, too.
Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
And the Wolverines are marching down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Pulls it in. It's McCulley. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Klein. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the passing attack, they were going to attack all areas of the field. And right out of the gate, first drive, they go deep down the middle of the field, and they come up with a big one.
He's in open space downfield. Picks up the first down. He's picked up 49 yards rushing for him now. What a drive to kick off the new season.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 84 yards, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The LSU Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Quick completion on the out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Makes the catch, it's buried. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
Now the play fake. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it behind the line. It's Brown. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these 3rd downs.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And we'll start the 2nd quarter as they try to hang up a 3 spot. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He needed a little late boost from the crossbar, but he gets it to go through. That'll bring him to within 4.
All the bounces going the kicker's way right here. That was just at about the extent of his distance for a field goal, and the crossbar helped him out, putting 3 up on the board.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So here comes the Michigan offense. Both teams scored on their first possessions, but now a chance to send a message that field goals aren't going to win this game. Touchdowns will. Caught in the backfield. It's McCulley. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it day one.
There he goes. Past the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down. Breaks into the open. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. It reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Farr. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. A strike downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Snagged in the middle, it's Anderson. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Makes the grab on the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. He wants it all. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Trying to do it on the ground. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this second and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying to pound it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
And, man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and, man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality. They pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
Finds his big tight end. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
To the air, it's Underwood. Got a man, it's McCulley. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
And he's still running after the move. They'll immediately call timeout.
3rd down and inches, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still executed a good level. Not only picking up the 1st down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
They think they can create space here with a run to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got it in the middle, it's Klein. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6. And now set up for 1st and goal.
Splits the uprights. Good. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On the snap, it's Watkins. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. And the Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. But, man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He managed to few. On that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock him free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. The QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Here comes the heat. They get to him as he throws. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. With the catch, it's Watkins. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And now on second down for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Berry. Corralled and brought down by the defense. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a
touchdown Tiger. He got loose and it was lights out after that. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
They opt to go for two to try to tie it up right now. Power ahead. He gets into the end zone, and the two-point conversion ties the game. Quick strike. strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Running to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And the throw to the sideline is complete. Won't be enough for the first down. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only...
Racing to the right. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. That is... An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. A low line drive and short kick. And that's where it comes to rest at midfield. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on 1st down. He unleashed unleashes a long one. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come.
He's taking the shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. That's caught. It's Watkins. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. LSU right back to the line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Berry. What tremendous vision to find the crease and explode through it. He's down to the 31.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback making checks. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires it incomplete. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. But this offense obviously still has work to do. But the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. The Cuse is in the house. Syracuse is pouring it on right now with an offensive performance we haven't seen since some of the legendary 44s. They're up by 24 over the Stallions. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There he goes. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to the ground. Fights off a defender. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. He'll try to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yep.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Great place to start for this offense. Running into the open space. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a... They got it! It's blocked!
And they had been practicing this all week long. They saw something on film that made them think they could overload them on the right-hand side, and they were able to get back there to block that kick.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Got the quick pass. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. To the air on first down. Under fire. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. They just keep firing.